The whole hood banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, bang. I got the juice, fucking my enemies like it or not, ain't no blocking the truth. I'm at the roof, with my AK like I'm Malcolm, I'm ready to cut any shoe. This information is simple for niggas who dumb and don't really know how to compute. I ain't got problems with niggas who blood in the crib, but homie, I do know this. Young niggas figure to life and they wanna be in it, but really they don't know shit. I'm on that dolo shit, solo dolo bitch. Mentally I'm so sick, I got everything needed, I'm ready. If not, it is something my hoe gon' get. When will niggas learn this song? All my life I stood alone. Don't be joining cliques because you scared to fight and hold your own. Not one still fuck with me, I don't give a fuck what rappers don't. Niggas know I don't slick this. If I came at you, you be gone, bitch. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, 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 bang. This nigga bang, 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 bang. 24/7 I'm smoking and drinking, bitch, I keep the fire. Really I wanna be sober, but I hate to see the world high. Suckers don't know shit about the world, thinking they got a third eye. You can't tell a nigga shit about nothing, but when he get murdered, we cry. Shit is old. Some of you niggas saying that the leaders are following hoes. You got the blind trying to lead the blind, we in a position with nowhere to go. Throwing them gang signs, but them niggas abandon you after you go up the road. Get an interrogation with a dirty Harry, he gon' turn your friend into a foe. Why they been doing this shit to manipulate niggas for centuries? That's the fire. They know we came and it really exists and they set up another black messiah. That's that hustle over your head shit. Plot to kill you dead shit. Think about the matrix you envision for you fail, bitch. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, 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 bang. Bitch, nigga bang, 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 bang,
Ruled.
How the fuck you gonna overrule the Constitution, man?
Defense, keep the defendant silent.
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? What's going on? MD checking in once again. MD checking in once again. MD's Thought Box, y'all. How y'all doing? It's late. Well, I guess it ain't late. It's almost 10 o'clock this morning. Let me know that y'all can hear me. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to read off this statement that the United States Secretary of Department put out. I want to, make sure everything copacetic with that. And yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. So you see the title. So Israel has finally went into Gaza on the full-fledged ground invasion. What are the implications of that? What's gonna happen? And how does it affect us? Well, I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna affect us if the Biden administration got anything to do about it. But yeah, shout out to everybody. So again, Israel has fully committed into the ground invasion into Gaza. They deep into Gaza right now. My earlier assessments was that they were afraid to go in to fight in a guerrilla environment, right? And I still believe that in such a way that once they start getting into them tunnels, it's gonna be an issue. But the way that they're doing it, they're basically going in tanks first, artillery shelling, and hoping that they can flush out the enemy, right? From the reports that I've seen, it's been a couple dozen, we'll just say insurgents. I don't want to use the word terrorist because we're talking about like uh an invasion tactic. So I'm not going to use the word terrorist, and for my own political reasons as well. I'm gonna just say insurgents, right? From the reports that I've seen, a couple dozen of the insurgents were killed throughout the course, I believe, overnight. So we'll see how everything goes. But most importantly, the Palestinian people. So reports came out yesterday that uh they're continuing to spout, okay, everybody need to move south. One of the hospitals, I believe it was Al-Aqsa, was it Al-Aqsa? I believe it was Al-Aqsa Hospital in Gaza, ran out of emergency fuel, and basically they in the dark right now. Another hospital, the Turkish, I believe it's called Turkish Palestinian Friends Hospital, which is a cancer hospital. They've been hit. Also, the main road that leads from north to south in the Gaza Strip has been cut off by the Israeli military with tanks and shit. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what they're trying to do, they're trying to isolate a certain area in Gaza and basically label it a battlefield. The problem is you still got Palestinians in that area. So I say all that to say this. The true implementation of this military strategy is taking shape as we speak right now. And what's that military strategy? Is to displace Palestinians out that particular land. And I'm gonna prove it. So with all this going on today, it's been a barrage of media statements, not only from Israel, but from the United States, from Britain, and other Western countries. I don't have and like I said, this ain't no mainline show, so I can't bring up the article. And I got blacks on here, so maybe there's something that we'll do Thursday on the Arena Super Show. Bring up these articles. In Britain, the communication department in Britain is now putting out basically just outright warnings saying that they're not going to tolerate these pro-Palestinian marches, these what they would say anti-Semitic rhetoric that's being displayed not only in Britain but around the country. Well, around the world. We've seen, if you've been following this, pro-Palestinian marches, people by the tens of thousands, some hundreds of thousands, in solidarity with not Hamas but the Palestinian plight of that particular landmass, right? And be it so, if you stand for freedom, you should want to stand with Palestine based on the fact that they don't truly have autonomy amongst themselves. I totally get it. But as we've been stating here on the arena and on other platforms, the amount of censorship that we're about to see is beyond anything that you have seen. So the communications department in Britain has put out this statement, and basically what they're trying to do is shut down any hopes of any resistance when it comes to Palestine, right? France has already done this. France has pretty much banned pro-Palestinian protests. And you can look at it from the fact that France went through a lot in the mid 2000s, and I believe they had another attack 20, I believe it was 2011. So France is trying to do preemptive measures to not allow this to happen again. Why? Because we're not looking at it from the basis of any geopolitical conflict. Most of the populace of the world is looking at this from a religious or I guess you would say a religious or a nationalistic aspect, dealing with Arabs, even though that's a misnomer because the people of Gaza aren't Arabs, but Arab being the predominant outlook of that people in the Middle East based on conquest, right? In any event, you're looking at a nationalistic viewpoint in regards of Western populace versus Middle Eastern populace. And then breaking it down even further, you're looking at a religious aspect, the hardcore conservative Christian versus the Muslim aspect of the world, right? And that's what it's going to continue to be. The attacks that we've seen. I mean, what was that Sunday? We just had a Muslim doctor in Texas be stabbed to death. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, we had the little boy in Chicago that was killed. You had them trying to tie the Jewish woman up in Detroit, which, you know, the investigation is ongoing. They don't know who did what in that aspect. But you're going to continue to see these instances where people will turn to an ideology to basically solidify their position on whether it be Israeli or Palestine, solidify their position in their intentions, right? Not knowing the geopolitical aspect of it, because, you know, we, you know, for the most part, the majority of us just not smart enough to think like that. We have to give ourselves a simplified overview of why shit happened in the world. And most of the time it's based on religion or nationalism. Let's just keep it above. But in any event, so you got all these situations happening around the world. You got Israel finally going into Gaza. And what's going to be the result of that? From a Palestinian standpoint, not from a Hamas or military standpoint. In my opinion, the goal of all of this is to displace the Palestinian people. What's my proof of that? What's my proof of that, right? Let me go into it. And I'm gonna try to read this while backing out of the streaming, or hopefully it don't cut me off. When I come back, if it cut me off, then I'll just wait to do it on the arena show. But let me go into it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh shit, I might can do it like this. All right, let me see if I can read this, John. Damn, it's in the way. All right, so this is from the State Department, United States State Department, migration and refugee assistance. For an additional amount for migration and refugee assistance, $3,495,000,000 to remain available. Now check this out, until expended, to address humanitarian needs and to assist refugees from Ukraine, to assist refugees in response to the situation in Israel and in areas impacted by the situation in Israel, and for additional support for other vulnerable population and communities, provided that such amount is designated by the Congress as an emergency requirement pursuant to Section 251, Section B, subsection 2, subsection A of the Balanced Budget and the Emergency Deficit Control Act of 1985 as amended. Remember, I was talking about the deficit myth, y'all. Provided further that such amount shall be available only if the president designates such amount as an emergency requirement pursuant to section blah, blah, blah. The request will provide $3.5 billion to the Migration and Refugee Assistance account within the Department of State Funding would provide life-saving humanitarian assistance to vulnerable or displaced people inside of Ukraine and taking refuge in the region, as well as increased overseas humanitarian requirements of those affected by Russia's war in Ukraine and its severe impacts around the world. There are an estimated 16 million people in Ukraine and more than 6.3 million refugees in the region who rely on humanitarian assistance. Russia's war on Ukraine has led to increased costs of basic needs and exacerbated inflation worldwide due to the suspension of the Black Sea Grain Initiative, which is expected to have severe impacts on global food security and malnutrition. Funding would also provide life-saving humanitarian assistance in Israel and in areas impacted by the situation in Israel. The resources would support displaced and conflict-affected civilians, including Palestinian refugees. Now, check this out. I want y'all to read this clearly. Including Palestinian refugees in Gaza and the West Bank, and to address potential needs of Gazans fleeing to neighboring countries. This would include food and non-food items, healthcare, emergency shelter support, water and sanitation assistance, and emergency protection. This would also include potential critical humanitarian infrastructure costs needed for the refugee population to provide access to basic life-sustaining support. This crisis could well result in displacement across border and higher regional humanitarian needs, and funding may be used to meet involving programming requirements outside of Gaza. So now I don't know how to get back. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Now I got to get back to the damn StreamYard, y'all. How I make it back bigger? I don't know. Oh shit, I think I done jacked up, y'all. Hold on. I don't know how to make this joint bigger. Okay, I made it a little bit bigger. All right. So somebody let me know that y'all was able to hear that. Cause like I said, I did a split screen. That way I could read it and still have access to StreamYard. But now I don't know how to like upsize it. Damn. But I can still see the chat and everything. Yeah, let me know that y'all could hear that article. Black Sun said 3-card mining. So yeah, so basically it's them trying to do a workaround on the potential of displacing these Palestinian people and giving that land to Israel. That's my assessment of it. Plain and simple. You're already anticipating Palestinians being basically kicked out their own land. You're already anticipating it based off that statement from the State Department, i.e., Anthony Blinken. Now, I mean, you've already made the statement. So now we're looking at a situation where we may have another refugee crisis in America. Now, let them tell it. The goal will be them to go to Egypt. But President Sisi pretty much already said, yeah, that's a non-starter. Will he be forced or coerced or pressured into allowing it? Probably so. I think I read another article where the U.S. State Department is going into Egypt to try to facilitate the whole ordeal. You know what I'm saying? So he may be pressured into allowing Palestinians into Egypt. Who knows? But we all know the Democratic mindset and how they operate. If it was up to Biden, if it was up to some congressional actors such as AOC and Ilya Oman, and they would allow those people to come to America. As a matter of fact, I would put that over them going to Egypt. There's a little over 2 million Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. So you can add those numbers on to the ongoing inflated numbers of these quote unquote asylum seekers and illegal aliens that we already have in the country. Point blank, period. Hell, I can almost guarantee it at this point. I can almost guarantee that's going to be the agenda. Then you go over to the Republican side. The Republican side that's very high in numbers when it comes to the Christian identity extremists and the extreme right wing conservatives. Most of them would argue that this is a holy battle and it need to be done, and they don't give a damn what happened to the Palestinians. They ain't coming over here, that's for sure. Which that sentiment I could agree. But all in all, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with an ideology battle for the hearts and the minds of the people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? For the conservatives, like this whole conflict, it's a birthday present. Why? Because again, like I said, conservatism is in the toilet right now, which it should be. When you're talking about morality aspects of being an American, that's out the window. Because the Constitution don't allow for. You know what I'm saying? Damn, what happened? Okay, I'm back. Yeah, the Constitution don't allow for morality. Not from the sense of any from any religious tone or a broad sense of a religious aspect of American culture. It don't. So this whole Israel Gaza conflict was a drop in the basket for the conservatives because it fits their scheme. It fits their ideology. So all of the Republican Party is going to war hawk it. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Even to the point where a lot of them are biting off more than they can chew because they implicating Iran and want to just bypass any insurgent effort and just go straight to Iran. Foolish. But that's the conservative mindset. That's the conservative. Remember we was talking about the conservative language. Civilization versus barbarism. The conservatives look at this as barbarism, and we're here to civilize the world. Therefore, the insurgents must constantly be eradicated, even though they always come back. We got to constantly keep fighting them based on civilization. So that's what we're dealing with here, folks. You got Iran-backed proxy groups constantly doing skirmishes on the border, on the northern border with Lebanon. You got missile attacks in Syria on U.S. bases. You got Turkey and Erdogan, that's a European Union country, enticing the people to be pro-Palestine and looking at Israel as the antagonist. You got Putin rubbing his hands together because he's loving this. Because I mean, for the most part, Russia and China are being looked at as level-headed non-state actors in the whole situation, calling for a ceasefire. Hell, I even seen a report today on Russian maps. They updated it, and Israel not even on the map no more. So yeah, again, this is a battle for ideology. This is a battle for the hearts and minds of the people at the end of the day. Israel flat out doing war crime. Over 8,000 Palestinians dead over the course of 3 weeks. Over 8,000 war crimes. You got the United States and Canada in the UN General Assembly meeting advocating for Israel, saying that we're not voting for nothing unless you can recognize condemning Hamas and the total eradication of Hamas and then the unconditional surrender of all hostages. Don't nobody give a damn about that. The UN is there to provide humanitarian support. So again, that's what we're dealing with, y'all. From the aspect of asylum status or refugee status, that's going to be the next stage of this conflict. That's going to be the next stage. And it's going to be the Western countries that are going to be looked upon to take care of these refugees or asylum seekers, so to speak. That's going to be the next stage. And the Democrats is going to push it hard. They're going to push it real hard. Matter of fact, they already pushing it, so to speak. They already put, oh, let me see who this is. Oh, that's Yanga.
MD, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you doing, man?
Not well, brother. Not well at all. I just saw a video of Chicago, and I looked up, and these damn pickaninny, nappy head, watermelon, chicken eating Negroes. When someone told me the Jews and the Palestinians were getting into it, I kind of dismissed it. I mean, it's major, but I'm like, okay, because I'm thinking it's these European pale-skinned Jews and some, Palestinian folks that looked up there, and it's Boo Boo and Leroy now.
Yeah. Shalom. You know they was Israelites. They was Israelites. Yeah.
Motherfucking KOT, and I'm looking for KOT in the crowd. I better not shalom, fam. What the hell is going on, man? Have these brothers lost them? Now, I already used to pick and poke and tease at them a little bit because I don't know what black man would want to be a Jew. So, but okay, granted, I give you that. Black people are confused. We're searching for an identity. I've even been in that shuffle. But now to stand up bodily and to put yourself in harm's way or be willing to inflict harm for a cause that you niggas are dying daily in America. Right. And I ain't seen a group of Hebrews protest that vehemently yet. The economy's fucked up in America. I haven't seen a group of Hebrews protest vehemently against that. But some stuff happening, and which is clearly Israel is wrong from the inception of the illegal state of Israel. So clearly they're wrong, even to this treatment. Like you said, 8,000 people, and they're saying 2,000 plus are children. 2,000 plus. And I look up here, and these Negroes that just got their damn civil rights maybe 60, 70 damn years ago, just got the damn right to vote and the right to publicly express their disagreement or their disgruntlement. And this is how they use their power. And this is how they use all the fighting we did as a people. Somebody ought to come and kick them in the ass and pull them damn tassels off their damn clothing, one by one.
I mean, the irony of it, man. Would you have ever thought that a group of Negroes, basically what they did was they stood in front of the oppressive Jew, stood right in front of them and fought their battle.
Yeah.
When in actuality you go to Israel, they'll spit in your face.
Man, I remember reporting Israel when I think it was the Ethiopian Jews that had migrated there, whatever, had given blood. They were doing a big blood drive in Israel. And these black Jews, melanated Jews, had given blood, and it had got leaked that all the blood that they had donated, they dumped out somewhere. They didn't even take it. Wow. They didn't even take it. They don't respect them. And Negroes, in that search of identity and also wanting to be contrary, wanting to be controversial. Niggas kill me wanting to be controversial. You know, this is good hype. It's good sensationalism. It puts the black Hebrews on the radar a little bit for being retarded, albeit, but still. You know, what do they say? 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, cultivate attention at all costs. Bad attention is better than no attention. But, you know, when you really look at it, I mean, if you is supposed to be, and I'm a lover of God, you know, but if you're supposed to be representing God, if you're supposed to be representing this magnanimous, holy, and you're the chosen one of religions, what the fuck are you, excuse the language, what the hell are they doing? I'm just disappointed.
Right. Hell, they stuck the American Hebrew Israelites, stuck them in Dimona next to a power plant.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, you know, like, what are we talking about here?
Right. And deporting some of them back to America, denying their claim of being Hebrew. So what are we talking? Like you said, what are we talking about? Once again, your black ass is not accepted, and yet, like a lapdog, like some trained hound, with that you don't even have to be told to attack. There you go. Yep. And they ain't gonna do nothing. You will fight somebody black, or you'll fight and the police come in and bust your damn head. You ain't gonna do nothing. Hold your Bible and scream and want to swing on someone that looks like you. You're a punk. They were punks up there. And I'm not saying all the black Hebrews, because I don't want to make a sweeping indictment, but those that hold that position and take that stance, you're nothing but punks.
Yeah.
A bunch of sissy. Yeah.
When Black Sun was talking about it, I was thinking that it was like some white folk. You know what I'm saying? But I read the article. I said, "Oh, wait a minute! They said these black Hebrew Israelites." And you know, Chicago is a stronghold for black Hebrew Israelites. Man,
Chicago is, and no knock to my cats out the Windy City, but Chicago is a stronghold for every offshoot of every damn thing. I think Chicago is also the home of the Nation of Islam.
Right. Yeah.
So every little offshoot finds, I don't know what's going on with you cats in Chicago, but every little offshoot has a home up there, you know. And I'm like you, when I first heard it on the show the other day when you guys were talking about it, and you know, I went and I tried to look it up. I really couldn't find much on it, because I'm like, Palestinians and Jews get into it. I'm putting all this in, and this morning I wake up and someone sent it to me and called me, and I'm like, they like, man, what you think? I said, what's that? And they said the Hebrews and the Palestinians getting into it. I'm like, you know, shit, they fighting over there. What's the difference between a few white folks and a few Arabs or whatever pushing on each other? He's like, oh, you ain't seen the video. Turned on the video and saw the Lions Den out there throwing them, having a protest. Man, it's the most ridiculous thing, man.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, it's beyond me.
Yeah.
Like I thought the whole purpose of the black Hebrew Israelites was to expose the so-called Jew in Israel. But that wasn't no exposure. That was a defense. That was a shield.
That's it. That's endorsement. That's condoning.
Yeah.
You know, you would think that, but there again, it goes to that psychological issue black people here in America have, and that's that identity problem. You know, and we'll go to identify, we'll want to be, you know, somebody to accept us, and not really. And that's the sad part of it, because apparently the black Hebrew Israelite, the way that those guys were represented, is not about the edification, upliftment, and advancement of black people. It's just more religious kookery.
Yeah.
It's just more religious bullshit.
They out there fighting Ishmael.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Negroes fighting Ishmael. Isaac and Ishmael and extended they fight over here. We don't know how to extract the shit and use like what the Arabs do for a social cultural understanding, to use unity, build up, maybe moral discipline, ethics. We really go to biting into the mythos and the theology of the whole shit, then interjecting ourselves in there like we was Isaac and Ishmael, like we were Isaac and Ishmael or some shit. I was born a Muslim, speak Arabic, read Arabic, and will beat an Arab in the face if he tries to call me an Arab. Will beat his Arab ass, because there's no mistaking on whom I am, what my fight is about, and the people I belong to. This just happens to be something that I grew up in that adds rules of maybe discipline, some ethics, a moral compass, if you would. But to totally embrace it, to totally become the personification of that, even to the extent of evil, like these Hebrews in the endorsing of Israel, to totally embrace it to the extent where you're the personification of pure, unadulterated evil. There's nothing in that. If you give me a book that can justify the wholesale mask of what they're doing, I don't want your fucking book. I don't believe in it, because it's no different than what Hamas was doing or any other so-called terrorist organization when shedding the bloods of innocents. It doesn't make it right because somebody else do. Oh, since we're their allies, though, I guess. Man, don't get me on the rant, MB. That shit just really threw me.
No, it's all good, man. And it goes back to the point. You got Western powers putting batteries in people's back and basing it off religion. When this conflict ain't about religion, it's about the displacement of an entire group of people. That's what it is.
There it is.
Like I said the other day, you had Netanyahu in a press conference called Palestine Amalek. Now, we all know that Amalek is the enemy of the Israelites. Why would you even use that type of terminology, knowing the implications of it? Again, it's putting batteries in people's back. That's all it is.
That's it.
It's to garner a certain affection from the people. That the war is me, we Israel, and you know what they say, never again, and all this stuff. I seen a video in the UN, because you know the rest of the countries ain't rocking with Israel in terms of how they fighting this fight. I saw a video of the UN, the Israeli ambassador of the UN said, in solidarity with what's going on, you know, they put on gold stars on their suit, like they in the you know, like they did back in the day in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this ain't got nothing. Propaganda to the fullest. He put on a gold star. I said, bro, you would think that y'all getting killed by the million.
And
y'all being propped up by the biggest military force in the world, and you play victim. How?
Notorious for that. That's what they do. That has become a part of their social cultural understanding, to play the victim. Even in America, if you look at a Jew cross-eyed, anti-Semitism, and they damn near own the banks and the media and this and that, well entrenched in the American economy, and still will play the fucking victim, victimizing people by the million. Not just in Palestine, they victimized us. Cornell has a great book, Cornell West, Black and Jewish Relationships. Black and Jewish relationships. We have to know that the Jews, we have been used and exploited by the Jews. We did that same thing that them dumbass Hebrew Israelites are doing with the NAACP and all that. We identified with oppressed people, and we walked hand in hand. We shall overcome. And as soon as these Europeans recognized the Europeanness in the Jews, when they was like, okay, you know what, we accept the Jews, but not the niggas. You know, even though they're Jesus killers.
Right. Meanwhile, look up on the screen. You got this going on with hate crimes in the United States.
Let me see what you got.
Meanwhile, this is what's going on.
Wow.
Damn near triple hate crimes in the United States. Dealing with hate crimes from an identity aspect. You can't make this up.
Cannot make it up. Look at that.
But the initiative is anti-Semitism.
Right.
So again, the narrative's being pushed. Go ahead.
No, I'm just looking, and they're third on the group. They're after the Asians, whom have turned their back on is going against us. I don't think we ever have really had a strong relationship. But yeah, look at that, third on the list, and man, professional victims.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
And then these Negroes, back to these handkerchief head, nappy head Negroes being the most discriminated, hate crimes being, like you said, triple compared to every other ethnicity or ethnic group over here. And we are actually out there fighting for the oppressor. It would be, you know what? I would even be more empathetic if the roles were reversed, if this was being done to Israel. But clearly they are the aggressor. They are the tyrant. They are the perpetrators of genocide. And so I don't anybody standing with them. And then America's and the rest of these countries bullying ass with that statement, if anybody get in, we'll blow this motherfucking planet out of the universe.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, their hands are on the button. Their hands on it. But if anybody gets in it, they like, we will blow that. We're going to take it there. Man, and my other thing too, on my page, Yang and Kruma Facebook, I'm gonna try to get out there. There are a list of companies that are Jewish-owned sponsors of Israel. There's a lot of them, but if some of you black people out there can practice discipline and stop spending with them, that'd be great. A couple off the top of my head is, and I know Negroes finna roll over their grave on this Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes, folks, stop eating that shit.
Actually, that's a whole. Pepsi own KFC, don't they?
Pepsi. that was going to be the next one. Coca-Cola sponsors, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. I mean, all the little shit we enjoy on the day-to-day, spend our $3, $4, $5 at, are going to sponsor those bombs that they're dropping on people. And I was surprised at how two things. One, how much they owned, how economically entrenched in America they were, and two, how ignorant in my spending I was, how I never really just took the time. You ride through the drive-through, who gives a damn? We're in America, with the hell about geopolitical issues. So I was really surprised at how many of these businesses were owned by people who are practicing and participating in this type of criminal act against humanity. I mean, I was like, damn, we got to tighten up.
Well, that go back to their reparations again. They were propped up in 1948 to be in all aspects of American. Well, I ain't even gonna say American, of Western culture, in order to solidify their position in the world. That's
what do you mean?
It ain't the fact that they put themselves in this position. The United States, Britain, hell, even Germany, from a certain aspect, have put themselves in. They have put these people in positions to garner industry. What I mean by industry is the financial system. We all make financial systems and Jewish people synonymous. Why? No, it's always a mystery. But what I'm saying is this was done by happenstance of their quote unquote plight pre-World War II. They were mounted in this position. Hell, I would even say before 1948, because we all know that they were deeply entrenched in the film industry before World War II.
Yes. Yeah.
MGM and what's the other ones? All the old school film industries. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. Damn, I almost called it. Paramount and all that. Yeah.
They've always had a footing in industry, especially in the American aspect. After World War II and everything took place there, their reparations was entrenching themselves in the financial system of America.
Yes.
Well, they would always have a bag, despite whatever happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But that's
what we're dealing with. Go ahead.
But I think that's written somewhere in their religion or something, because I'm thinking about some of the writings of Hitler, and one of his critiques, or one of his things about going against them, was they're being entrenched in the economic system in Germany and just a lot of other places. And, not saying that Hitler was right in his assessment, but he was saying the demise of Germany, the inability of it to regain its economy after World War One, in his participation in World War One, some of the debauchery and other bullshit that was going on, he blamed on the Jews. And when you looked in it, they really were deeply entrenched. And it was that Holocaust. And like I said, they're again not condoning it, just giving actual factual, according to their writings, that is. And like one of the things, when they start freezing their assets and snatching their shit, it kind of boosted the economy of Germany.
But remember, after World War One, the German economy was in shambles. The only people that was making money was Jews.
With Jews, right?
And they were overinflating prices. And
yep.
Remember that you had the old German cartoons. That's how you got like the old German cartoon of the dude taking a penny off the street. They were doing that because the German economy was so bad. Yet you had these Jewish business owners overinflating prices that nobody could afford.
Yeah.
I remember it was a story of, I think it was a dude that was buying bread in Germany before World War One, and it costed like 1 million something. I was like, it was like, what the hell, you know what I mean? And it was a Jewish bakery.
Exactly. What's the story they said in Germany? They said a man had a wheelbarrow full of money, went to the store, put the wheelbarrow outside. When he came back outside, the money was there and the wheelbarrow was gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the wheelbarrow's worth more than the damn money.
Right. It was so overinflated then because of because Germany had to pay reparations after World War One, and they couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And it took their economy. Yeah, it destroyed their economy.
Destroyed them. And Hitler, kind of peeped some shit and called it. And like I said, it's not a condemnation nor a condoning. It's just speaking on historical facts, because I wasn't there. I wasn't German. I don't know exactly everything he said. But when you begin to look at the effects historically of Germany, World War One, and what they went through, and then see the attitude of these European Jews now, and seeing how they're entrenched in America, it makes you wonder. Makes you fucking wonder. You like, damn, I mean, I don't put them all in ovens, but goddamn, I can see how you were saying, how they are really entrenched.
Don't get canceled.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna get canceled, but so I say I'm not condoning those actions, but I could see how he could see them being a blight on German nationalism, because they never really, and then that's the other thing. Do they ever really fit in anywhere but Israel? And I don't want to turn this to an anti-Semitism thing, but even everywhere they go, they remain Jewish and devout to the cause of Israel. You know what I'm saying? It's not building up and feasting up for the American people, for the American economy. Yes, they want the American economy to be strong so they can be empowered and keep being enriched. But that isn't their goal. I don't believe that there's allegiance or patriotism to this country.
No, hell.
You know what I'm saying? It's about sapping the riches of the motherfucker and sending it back home to ensure they can do this type of shit. Look, I mean, so what was the one kid? I remember it was a young Jewish dude killed somebody over here and ran his ass back to Israel.
Yeah.
Got
a lot of American Jews got dual citizenship.
A lot
of them do.
They get the hell on, and that's why they keep on about so many American citizens were killed. Those are Jews with dual citizenship. They've been living there, and now that looks good for the camera. 20 Americans, 19 of them were Jewish citizens. One of them was probably over there visiting them, his relatives or something.
Right, yeah.
A lot
of them, that's how they do it.
Yeah. And there was no cry about, are those Palestinian Americans still trapped at the border, the Egyptian Gaza border? Or did they open up the gates and let them through?
Well, they opened up the gate for humanitarian aid, but President Sisi in Egypt, he's not letting no people in. None. Now they got I believe now what they're trying to do, they trying to pressure Egypt into allowing Palestinian refugees into Egypt. Basically, what they're trying to do is ethnic cleansing. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to ethnically cleanse Gaza, ship them to Egypt so they can get that land and put resorts and hotels and all. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They want that
Yep.
land. Point blank period.
Man, they want that land. They trying to expand. It is about
That's what it is.
expansion. I mean, it's so blatant and obvious. And I'd hate to even put this out here, but you know, it makes you wonder. Like I've heard it even whispered. Was like, damn, did the Jews initiate that attack? Was that a real attack in that kibbutz or in that settlement? I mean, was it as they say? Was that just the reason to go in? You know,
Yeah.
and so
You gotta think about it. Israel is one of the most highly technical military countries in the world.
Mhm.
Propped up by the United States. You mean to tell me that the Mossad, basically the Israeli CIA, didn't know nothing about nothing? I ain't going for that.
Right.
I ain't going for it.
Right. It stinks like a 9/11 to me. Whether Hamas did it or
You
not,
said
like,
it.
hey man, it stinks like a 9/11. Whether Hamas did it or not, I can't say that it. You know, like you said, you made a good point. The most highly technological advanced nation in the world, one of them, and with the Mossad. And people who have studied the Mossad know shit. They tougher than the CIA.
Right.
And you mean to tell me that these guys, like you said, didn't even get a wind of attack? Man, if two cats on the phone conspired to do something in America, FBI and everybody there kicking in their door.
Yeah. They own
before they even get the shit to do it, right?
Yeah.
While they in Walmart trying to buy the little homemade shit, you know what I'm saying? They getting locked up. So I'm like you. It is it's a stretch to believe that they didn't know nothing. And there again, to reiterate, I think it stinks like a 9/11. And we see what happened with 9/11, that Bush used that as a pretense to go into Iraq. That didn't have shit to do with it. You ain't talking about Saddam and Afghanistan. You in Iraq looking for WMD. Even Colin Powell was like, that's some bullshit. He didn't come back the next term. He was like, I ain't riding with that administration no more. That's some bullshit Bush just pulled. You know, so I mean, and this is what we're watching. That was a reason, like you said, that was a reason to initiate the ethnic cleansing plan any damn way. I think you're on to something, MD. You better be careful. They might come get you. The Mossad.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna see me on the internet no more.
Okay.
but yeah, like I said, man, I just wanted to come on and make that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the articles up. We're gonna bring that Chicago article too on Thursday. Because like I said, I did not know that them were Black Hebrew Israelites out there until I saw it.
And let me know. We gonna have a lot of cats on us because I'm about to talk about these Black Hebrew Israelites. So and shouts out to KOT, shouts out to the Lion Den, a lot of my Akmalak and a lot of my Black Hebrews I like. But if you on the wrong side, it's gonna be some fire. And we can
problem. Yeah.
If y'all want to debate it, we can debate it. I'm sure we can use the Arena Uncensored for the platform if this and that. But yeah, it's gonna be. I got something to say about that Black Hebrew shit.
Yeah, I need to see ISUPK, all the predominant Israelite groups. I need to see a statement from y'all, totally condemning this.
Absolutely. If not,
it's a problem.
Right. Because if not, then we know ISPUPK, PUK mean it's punk. Don't be a punk. Y'all, it's punk. Are y'all gonna stand up? So I want to hear. Yeah, man, I'm with you on that, MD. Crazy. I woke up to some crazy stuff this morning. Niggas. I swear, niggas and flies. Damn. I don't even want to say the whole poem. It's such a derogatory poem, but it's niggas and flies. Niggas and flies. Both I despise, but the more I see nigga, the more I like flies.
Man, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's whole racist ass boy. That's what it is. And I see these Negroes do that, man. I'm like, man, Lord have mercy.
Right. So yeah, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on and say that. Like I said, the direct implication of all of this is the displacement of the Palestinian people, and do not be surprised if you start to see within the next few months or so, however long this pan out, a Palestinian family in your neighborhood. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And,
Yep.
and they're gonna be riding on your tax dollars.
Yep.
Riding on your tax dollars. You know, and for whatever reason, it's like the Biden administration get a kick out of displacing people. I don't know what I don't know what it is.
Man,
But he ain't got to pay for it. We do. You know what I mean?
exactly. But that old motherfucker's dead. I think it's a weekend at Barney situation. I think they propping his ass up. His ass can't be. I think they propping him up and put a speaker in his pocket and talking through the damn speaker. It's a weekend, and that's what the hell is Biden doing? What the hell is Biden? That Biden's dead. I'm telling y'all, watch close. It's a weekend at Barney situation. He ain't even. That's somebody else. I'm gonna start screaming like everyone else. They cloned him. They cloned him. It's a clone.
I told you, man. I call him Nosferatu, man. Hell, after his speech, man, he go back in his coffin, man. Go back to sleep.
You gotta explain to people who the Nosferatu is. You gotta explain to them. That's funny.
Yeah, Nosferatu, man. He the all father. All father of all
the vampires. That brother's old as shit. That brother, yeah. That you got the right.
yeah. All he do is sleep all day. He just need a couple drops of blood.
That's it. That's it. That's
and then after, do his little speech, and then he go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep. Put a little blood up. Put your finger. Put a little blood on and wake him up. Put a little blood on his lips.
Yeah.
With his old ass. You right. Yes. That's about right. That sounds about accurate. Man, let me get off before we get banned for sure. We talk about Biden. They gonna about we anti-Semites, we unpatriotic. We taking on all.
They gonna put our ass on the ADL list, man. Keep
fucking around. What you talking about? Yeah, man, they might fly his ass to Gaza in the middle of the bullshit. Shit, give us a ticket, one way ticket to Gaza and let us out the plane. Man, I think he's gonna be on ADL. I believe. I hope they've taken me off, but my stint as the chairman of the New Black Panther Party in Atlanta, I looked up, was on the Anti-Defamation League, whatchamacallit. Shocked the shit out of me. I was honored and shocked at the same time.
Yeah. And we also gonna talk about Farrakhan, the lawsuit against the $5 billion lawsuit he got against the ADL. We're gonna talk about that too. Just symbolic, but I agree with it for the most part because it's a lot of pressure. Like I said, populist wise, it's a lot of pressure getting put on these organizations like ADL, SEC, because a lot of people seeing through the bullshit. Hundreds of thousands of people protesting every weekend against what these Israeli people are doing. So it's going to be a fight for the hearts and minds of the people at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So I commend. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You commend. Well, I'm sorry, brother. I cut you off.
No. I was gonna say I commend the gesture of Farrakhan doing what he's doing. It's totally symbolic. I don't think it's nothing significant in terms of like being realistic. But the gesture is commendable all in itself. So I'm with it. These people can't. These people can't control over someone's life to where if you get a lot of people. I saw another article. Harvard. It was a student group at Harvard that got kicked out. They tried to view them as anti-Semitic. Not they on the chopping block kicked out of Harvard. We talking about people's lives at stake. Based on something based off a defense of you trying to call somebody anti-Semitic. Where a Negro can be called a nigger all day long. On
television, Quentin Tarantino in his movies has people say television, music, movies, social interactions. Nigga can be called nigga all day long. Black monkey, every derogatory racist thing, and strike you with it and still won't get a hate charge. But again, I forgot what. Oh man, you're gonna make me have to get back on my research. That man, where this happened? This happened maybe a week or so ago. That these white dudes was chasing somebody, now almost like a Yusuf Hawkins situation again. Was chasing somebody, and I think during the chase he ran into, got killed. or something, and they were using racial epithets. No. They chased them, came back, got a gun, was using racial epithets. And don't you know the judge in that county and this, they won't declare that a hate crime?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're chasing a black man, calling them nigga while they're pursuing him, murdered him, and they're like, no, it's not a hate crime.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's what we're dealing with, man.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Yet we'll have these Hebrew Israelites go out there and raise holy damn hell about one, like you said, what I thought that they was exposing, the fallacy or the falsehood of the so-called European Jew. Why they told me they are Jewish, some of the very shit they told me, you would have thought that they were rallying against their evil, saying, yes, that's why they're going this hard, because they're not real Jews. They are evil. They are the devil, masquerading as the righteous Jewish people, so on and so forth. These Negroes are out there endorsing it. And like you clearly showed, we are the highest recipients of hate crimes. Man, niggas get on my damn nerves. Thank you, God, for letting me be part of black folk. But boy, y'all Negroes, damn. All right, man. Listen, man. Thank you for letting me jump on with you, MD.
Hey, no doubt, man. No doubt.
Man. Great show.
No doubt. Yeah, I'm about to go and set it on down, man. Yeah, tune in Thursday, y'all. Arena this week, Arena abroad. We're gonna bring some of these articles up talking about this. And yeah, again, when black folks say, well, what I gotta do with this, once they start displacing these Palestinians and putting them in a situation like you got in Chicago right now with the Venezuelans, then you'll see what it's got to do with you. That's the is the plan. And America gonna tell them, come on in. We accept your poor. We accept your and they gonna bring them right into your damn step.
Right in your steps. If you think we're playing, if you're from Atlanta, go to Clarkston. After the Somalian war, isn't that? That's why that's exactly what happened to Clarkston.
That's what they did. So, after the Somalian Civil War, they put them right into Clarkston.
Man.
And now it's their land.
And now it is their land. Baby Mogadishu.
Yeah.
Baby Somali over there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So this is what we're looking at. Yeah. Yep, this is what we're looking at. And the sad part about those things, and I'm be brief, is like when they do that, because of their retaining their culture and their identity, there's still a divide between us. I lived in Clarkston. The only connection I really had with them a lot of times because I was Muslim, but I would see the relation they would have with secular black folks or non-Islamic black folks, and it was Somali versus everybody else. They dealt with me because I was a Muslim, but I still wasn't in the inner circle because I wasn't a Somali Muslim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They push all that religious, ethnicity, you are brothers in the sight of God. But really, socially, culturally, you're not. You know, and I understand it. It's natural. You're going to gravitate towards people you're comfortable with, that you have shared.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It ain't their fault at all.
Right.
It's the government. It's the government putting them in situations where they could jump in and out of Americanism.
Yes. So-called Americanism. You know what I'm saying? I say Americanism, like you say, as a corporation, as being a participant, because the American government will cater to them, try to get their vote, will extend programs for us. And then this is my problem with the Negro. Because they know how to use the Americanism. They know how to go at the system as a block, as a collective. And like, look, this is what we need to advance, and they advance individually. Those Somalians over there have businesses, individual businesses, but they understand the individual is tied to the collective as a Somali. You see what I'm saying? And so we get over here and we practice empty patriotism.
And they use their ethnicity to get goods and services from the government and leapfrog us.
Yes.
Because we in identity crisis so much where we don't use the aspect of our own special ethnicity, Black American freedmen, to garner them same goods and services.
Yep.
Che, you breaking up, Che? Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that must be the background.
I know I got a bad connection.
What's
Okay.
cracking with you, cousin? What's cracking with you, cousin?
I was in the chat. MD wasn't getting to none of my comments, so I decided to jump on.
My
We
bad.
had covered the lawsuit
My
yesterday on
fault.
the online Black News. We had covered the lawsuit on the frontline Black News. You think it's just symbolic? Eh?
I ain't hear you. What you say?
I said we had covered the lawsuit on frontline Black News. So you think it's symbolic, the lawsuit?
Oh, you talking about the Farrakhan lawsuit? I think it's symbolic in nature due to the fact that it was. I ain't gonna say it was opportunistic because of what's going on. I ain't gonna say that. But what I'm saying is it was good timing based on the popular opinion of what Israel is doing. That's why I say it's symbolic. Now that ain't to say that he ain't gonna win. I ain't gonna say that either. Hell, he might fuck around and get the $5 billion. If he do, I'll put my suit and bow tie on and take my ass up to Chicago myself. If he win $5 billion. But in the aspect of the symbolic,
Is it me or do we have an echo?
Yeah, that's Che. That's Che. I think he's playing us in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say it's symbolic in the gesture of the timing of the lawsuit. If that makes sense.
Uh-oh, did we lose Che?
No, I think he went on mute to stop.
Okay. Stop that go.
Yeah, that would be my answer to that. I call it symbolic based on the timing in which the lawsuit was filed. It was filed at a critical time because, like I said, the overall opinion is that what Israel is doing right now is wrong. And the Anti-Defamation League is the communications wing of Israel. Point blank.
Absolutely. It is definitely one of their propaganda wings. It is, yes.
Right.
Well said.
I think Che trying to adjust. E, what's up, E? I don't know where E at. I was gonna ask you, hey, we got more clarification in Chicago. We need you to talk. We need for you to talk to the
from Chicago.
Yeah, E from Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Yeah, we got more clarification on what happened. So then was Hebrew Israelites out there. So we need you to talk to the
Yeah. I heard, bro. I heard.
Hey, what's going on with them, man? How are black people?
Man,
come on, man. Chicago, y'all weird beast up there, man.
I know, bro. I couldn't even say shit. I couldn't. Excuse my French. I don't want to disrespect nobody on the line. Excuse my French. But yeah. I heard, bro.
Yeah, we need for you to talk to. We need for you to talk to the Aki.
Man, you know, man, it's real walkie-talkie, man. It's just our people, man. It's just real walkie-talkie. It's just our people, man. They need to wake up. You know, it's just I don't know what to say, MD. I don't know what to say, brother. I don't know what to say. I mean, what do you think, bro?
Hey, again, like I said, man, it's ironic to me because, like I said, my whole thing was I always thought that the main goal of the Hebrew was to expose the fake and show the real. Now, with that being said, you would think that the way we look at Israel as a state would be the same sentiment like how the Orthodox Jews look at. You know, the Orthodox Jews, hardcore religious.
Right.
They believe in certain aspect.
Right.
The Orthodox Jews don't believe Israel should exist either, based on biblical. Well, I ain't gonna say biblical, but based on tyrannic prophecy, right? You would think that the black Hebrews would have the same sentiment because Israel was propped up by the United States. How can you justify or solidify a position of Israel into statehood based on the fact that how they got to statehood?
Well, we feel the same way because we already know the history. You know, most brothers that's been raised like I've been raised up underneath Hebrew. You know, once you understand the history, you will understand that them people they was placed over there. But yeah, but what you was talking about yesterday, man, I couldn't even say nothing. I couldn't even say nothing.
Right.
Mhm.
And again, like I said, a lot of them Israeli people, they come from all over the world.
Yes.
So it ain't no sense of nationalism in the aspect of true ethnicity toward that particular section of the Middle East. It's more line based on the stance of and I'm just keep it real, a Jewish Zionist perspective.
There you
That's
go,
what it is.
man. There you, MD. That is the point. I was waiting for you to finish because that's what I was going to say. Exactly what you just said. It isn't based on their religious belief. They're not unified on some theology. They're not unified on any particular Jewish ethnicity. They are unified on the political understanding, the political ideology, the political philosophy of Zionism. That's it. It's fucking
Yeah.
Zionism, and Zionism, and it's so clever. You know, it's Zionism is masqueraded under their ethnicity and their religious beliefs. That's how clever that political philosophy is. But it is no more than a political philosophy. They used to call Marcus Messiah Garvey the Black Zionist because of his wanting to take us back to Africa and reestablish Africa and things of this nature, and the philosophy of unification based on Africa, us being African, and the political empowering of Africa. That's what their thing is based on, man. They're Zionist. And it's just that simple. And I don't think a lot of the black Hebrews, you know, like black people in most religious structures and systems, we're spiritually inclined anyway. So when we get in these systems, we really be searching God out. We sincerely be like looking for God and looking for enlightenment and to better our lives and to clean ourselves up. And we miss the political maneuvering and maraungering. You know what I'm saying? We miss that. And it's not missed on the Arabs. It's not missed on the Jews. It's not missed on these people who not only have adapted as a social cultural understanding or walk in their life, but as a political objective. And that's what we don't do. America, we done bit into the American separation of church and state, which is good, but we the only motherfuckers doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even the conservative Christians over here, not really. We say separation of church and state, so we bite into it. But look how influential the conservative Christian or the, you know what I'm saying, right Christian movement is over here.
Which is dumb as hell, because the whole aspect of the Christian, especially the conservative Christian ideology, is the fact that we viewing it from they viewing it from a Jesus, basically an Armageddon type ideology, where they looking to have this happen based on some type of prophecy. I'm like, how dumb can you be? like that's dumb as hell. I was doing some research real quick. I was doing some research into Martin Luther. Martin Luther is the reason the Protestant movement exists. There would be no Protestant Christian movement without Martin Luther. Even Martin, huh?
I'm sorry, MD. You might have to tell. I don't know the demographic of your listening audience now, but I know when you say certain things like that, you might want to explain to them who Martin Luther is and not Martin Luther King.
No, okay, yeah, not Martin Luther King. We talking about Martin Luther, who started the Protestant movement. What was that? The 1500s, I think. Started the Protestant movement in direct opposition to the Catholic system in Europe at the time. Martin Luther is the reason why you grew up a Baptist. Martin Luther is the reason you may grew up a Methodist or whatever. There would be none of that without Martin Luther. Martin Luther wrote a book called The Jewish People and Their Lies. Martin Luther.
Wow.
So what I'm telling
say that
you
again. That's about to be an Amazon bestseller. Shit, everybody gonna get that.
The Jewish People and Their Lies. That's what Martin Luther wrote. He wrote the book. What I'm telling you is the propaganda of, and like I said, we talk about Zionism, but even the offset experience of what the Jewish perspective was, even at that time in the 1500s, always has been there. So this been a fight way past 1948. Way past 1948.
Way past. Way past.
So it's something up. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What you about to say, E?
No. I was just saying the same thing you were saying. You know, it's something up, bro. It's I ain't trying to say it's no conspiracy theorist, but it's something up. You know.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, it's always fun
I
to
agree
put
with
your
you, bro.
hat on every now and again.
I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, let me get out of here, man, because I got to get ready to go. Yeah, I just wanted to have this show real quick. I appreciate Yanga coming through, E, Shay. You know what I mean?
Man, I appreciate you having me. E, pleasure. Shay, I'm gonna get at you, baby. It's always good being on a panel with you. You and I
Yes,
talk.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely, man. I'm gonna see you on here again, though. You know, I'm thinking about once I get some things handled. I'm thinking about coming on home to the arena, see the shows. I've been watching y'all from the shadows. Y'all been banging, man. So yeah, man, I had to come on back on. Shouts out to Black Sun who gave me the call, like, yo, MD on dropping. So I don't know where Sun's at. He must be driving, delivering dirt.
I think he said he left it Bluetooth at home or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, we'll be back
Yes,
Thursday.
sir.
We'll be back Thursday.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thanks, MD.
All right, no
Appreciate you,
doubt.
MD.
Hey, I appreciate
Yes, sir.
everybody coming through. Shouts out to Che again for coming through real quick. Shout out to the usual twin Deacon.
Yes, sir.
I see Andrew Snupping up in the chat. Shout out to him.
Snapping up
And,
twin Deacon.
And yeah, man, yeah. With that being said, I guess we're gonna say peace, y'all. We'll see y'all Thursday.
Peace.
All right, then. Peace.
All right, peace.
The Arena of Saints.